What am I like? So yeah, so we are not diagnosing, we are giving the baseline assessment, and we will say that when we have a phone call anyway, we'll be telling the caregivers or the family that this is what we will be doing in the first, fourth, and the sixth session, to see if we've you know, how movement has been, see if we've got them back into rementia, regaining of cognitive abilities. And most people, I mean, I've never had anybody say they're not fine with that. Okay, so it's like, and they're used to the tests anyway, pretty much. So did you get I sent you some more things, were you able to print those off? Oh, good. Okay, you printed that one off. Print the other slums one off as well.
I don't know if what I've got, I think.
Oh, I thought I scanned some in.
These.
Let me just have a look in my
Was
sent.
it emailed or in the group?
Emailed. No, it was definitely emailed.
So have a look. So I need to fire up my emails again.
Yeah, Friday.
Who got these little?
I got them. Yeah, you got that. Okay, so that's good.
Have a look. I'll fire up my emails again.
It was Friday.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, Friday I sent through another one, and the slums one, back and front.
The slums one you sent on Friday?
Yeah, I'm just going to send it again. It does not matter. Okay.
Okay.
It is not. It is not a problem.
That was the one that you
said isn't. Yeah.
Actually, kind of like better.
I prefer it. Apparently, it's like I don't know, sort of like whatever it's called now when they've got some.
No, I just looked at mine. I've got the Friday email. The only email I got is the Friday one with the Montreal one on it.
Oh yeah, and then if you scroll down, if you open it up, because I've just.
Oh, okay. I didn't scroll down.
Yeah.
No, I open it up and I've got nothing just apart from the PDF attachment.
All right. Well, there should be the both on that. I've just sent it again. It is a PDF attachment, but it's got them both on it.
Okay.
I only know because I've just checked mine, so it should have. It'd be weird.
No, I've just opened mine. Certainly, it's just got the one.
How strange.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you're not meant to have it.
We are meant to have it.
Yeah. I've just resent it, Gary. I've just resent it to you. Okay.
Okay. I'll see if I
but that's okay, because I think we're meant to be doing this other one anyway. So let me just whenever I bend down, I always think people think I'm disappearing when I'm online, and I'm just bending down to get something. Okay, so that's not a problem. So I mean, we can't get this right, we can't get this wrong, it's just what it is. Okay. And it's like, so I think we need to practice this with each other. Okay. And then we need to, and there's 3 of us, so then we can give feedback as well. You know, what do you think we could have done better? What do you think we could have done differently? And then you can practice it on somebody. Carrie Ann, you can do it on your husband to practice. Gary, you'll find somebody in the pub. They'd love you for that, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
This is a card trick, not. Did you get it?
Yeah. I'm just gonna print it.
Okay. And then so yeah, I've sent it again. We'll do that one next time. Right, what am I looking for? Pen. Okay. My pen and paper. I always, whenever I go anywhere with 20 of my clients, I always have like a load of paper, simply because sometimes I will do drawings and just to explain things for people, just like, even if it's explaining, drawing like a big round circle and doing lines, like it's the belief system, you know. People have a belief system. So I've literally just come back. I am here. I'm just getting my pen from a client And it's quite interesting because I go there once a month to check in with them now. It was like 2 years ago that I was doing the did all the assessment thing. And again, it's like I'm asking them, so how's the because they've had Christmas, so they need to see all their Christmas gifts. Okay. So they kept them out for me, the puzzles and stuff. And they've got this really good he got, because he likes Sudoku, this really good Sudoku game. And I'm going to put that actually in the Facebook group. I took a picture of it to put in. And and it's good because it's like, and it's so off because it says 6+, okay? But that's 6+, there are just some things that have, but it always could potentially, for some people, they could see it as being childish, but Sudoku is not childish. But the good bit is because it's got little tiles and they have to pick it up and put them there. So it's very good for the fingers, okay? Because that is something that can start to go, which is why one of our things that we, as a brain health exercise we can get them to do, is to get dressed like once a week with their eyes closed. It's quite hard to do because you've got to make sure you're putting everything on, and then if you've got a zip, you've got to line it up with your eyes closed. And with buttoning, okay, oh, have I got my shirt halfway up here, and a long bit down there?
I would maybe have trouble with that.
Well, I know. So it's good for all of us, okay? Yeah. And we need to try these things as well, to say, and agree with them. Yeah, it could be tricky. You put your underwear on back to front and, inside out, upside down, wrong leg in the wrong. So it's all that sort of thing. Just like when, with the children, I remember mine used to put their pants on their heads, knickers on their heads. Yeah. So it's so silly. So now it was interesting. So today they and my client, again, I reminded them saying care partner. Really liked that care partner bit instead of caregiver, okay, because it's a collaboration. It's very difficult. His diagnosis was that he had prefrontal. That was 10 years ago. Well, if he had, he'd be dead by now, and he isn't, and he's not, and he's absolutely not necessarily any worse than he was when I first met him. What's got worse is his mobility, and just in general, just certain things, he's getting slower. However, he's 84, okay? And so she's 83, and she said today, she goes, well, we had a blowout, as in an argument, and then she goes, I know, I take full responsibility, it was my fault. And I had an appointment at the doctor's, and he always likes to come with me to the doctor's. And I said to him, right, I am, she goes, and I have to be early. I'm an early person. I've got to think about time, and that's how I, and I said, yep, that's how you roll. It's just always has been. They've been married for over 60 years. He knows this, okay? And she said, I'm going to the doctor's now. Are you ready? And he said, I'm just going to change my shirt. So he went into the bathroom. He went into the bedroom, the bathroom attached. And she said, I'm going to warm the car up. Well, he never came out. So she went back in, and he was just coming out of the shower. Okay. And so she said, and I lost it. She goes, and I said some probably very mean, nasty things. I said, okay. And she goes, and I know, I meant to be the co-regulator. And we had, she goes, but eventually we got there, and, what have you. She goes, but I know I should have done this. I should have. So again, I said, well, you could have done. And the thing was of course, that when he went into the bedroom, because he hadn't even got washed yet, his thing, he'd forgotten just to change his shirt, and his thing was, oh, we're going out, I need to get washed. So he had a shower. And he takes like a long time to get ready. Anyway, the whole session, it was a long session around that. What could we do? What could we? And and they came to their own conclusions themselves of what they could or couldn't do. And but what was good was that she is now taking ownership, that actually she could have just said, and she will do this in future. She said, I will just go. If you're not ready, I'm just going to go. Instead of like her getting so upset herself by not because he's absolutely fine on his own. He's not, so anyway, it was like, that's what we're good as sounding boards, just sounding boards. So they figured it out while you're sat there saying, what would that be like, making sure that they're both heard. And so yeah, it's what else? And then of course we did the relaxation with them, guided meditation. And embedding the word calm. So it's and it may seem like, well, that's very, what difference are we making there? We're making a huge difference, because you become one of the member of the family, and they really trust you, and they know that you're not going to judge them. And because I was there for like 2 hours. So it's a big, deep dive into it, looking at all the presents, looking at it's just, that's what it is. Okay. So we're taking time, we're treating them like human beings, people, because they are human beings and people, and just showing the love. Now, I also went over, well, about because she said he doesn't like to be told what to do. He keeps wanting to do the Sudoku on his iPad because it's easier. I said, okay. I said, well, blame it on me. So whenever you can do this as well, or blame it on the doctor for some people, but blame it on me. Claudia says it's like challenge time, and now we're going to do this. And I said, and if you don't want to, if he's not ready, just say, well, you tell me when you're ready for challenge time. Okay? Because we don't want to treat somebody like a baby. So it's and then they're going to sit and do Sudoku. She's got difficult puzzles, and they just do that sort of thing themselves. Now, here's an interesting one. I would like some feedback from you guys on what you think about this, and we may have discussed it already. I said, how's it going with the eating things, eating healthily? And he said, well, it's not. So so he likes these big boxes of Cheetos. Okay, so these are like cheeselets in England. Cheddar, the little mini cheddars.
The little tiny ones. I think I've had them when I've been out there, when I've sort of had snacks for my room.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you would have done. So
I have my Coke here.
You got your Coke. Very good. Just to really ram it home. So he's there with his box, and he eat nuts, and I said, so we're really going in for the salt. And it's like, we all know that salt can raise your blood pressure. Now she goes,
unless it's Celtic sea salt. My doctor recommends Celtic sea salt for high blood pressure.
Ah, very good.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. So there is a specific type, but that will not be on Cheetos.
It can't be. No, it's not refined salt that are in the Cheetos.
Yeah. So, and this is refined salt.
Or the nuts, some of them have sea salt in them, but this it is even more, unrefined.
So so there he is. And I said, well, okay, so what could we do? I said, I wonder if we could get a Bill bowl. Because that's his name, Bill. And it's just go, and I go, literally go around there, see if there's a nice bowl that you can pour them out, and then that is your lot, not the whole box, because the box is never ending.
Yeah, that's true. Those are big ones.
So he's gonna get a Bill bowl. Now, ideally, if we were doing this also correctly, he wouldn't have any of that. He would be eating this, okay, like and of course we don't diagnose. He's 84. All right. Yeah. Really? Are we going to tell somebody that they can't eat ice cream? That they can't eat it's like, really? You know, it's like he's just coming out of pneumonia. He's still got a bad cough, so again he's on some other antibiotics. Really? You know, he might live for another 2 years anyway, or 3, might live for another 5. Why can't he enjoy eating his Cheetos and nuts and some ice cream? Do you see what I mean? It's like, well, what are your thoughts there?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Let them get on with it.
Yeah. Well,
My
you get on with your Coke, aren't we, Gary?
Yeah.
my neighbor had Alzheimer's. He's passed now, but he had Alzheimer's and he loved peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Well, my dog, who everybody in the neighborhood loved, would come and visit him and sit by the door and watch him eat the peanut butter and jelly, and he would share the peanut butter and jelly with the dog.
Oh.
But that was his, you know, he really loved, that's what he loved, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Eat
so
those
what's
all
wrong?
the time.
Yeah, what's wrong with it?
Yeah.
Because
Mm.
it possibly reminded him of his childhood. So
Mm.
that's peanut butter and jam to us, Gary. I'm sure you
Yeah.
know what.
Yeah, peanut butter's just wrong anyway.
Oh, I like peanut butter.
Oh
Crunchy
no, I
peanut
don't. It's awful.
Yeah.
And
So,
the idea of the idea of having it with jam is even worse.
oh no, I like it. I like it with the.
That's wrong.
It's going to be good jam jelly. Anyway, the fact is that, so what? That person was happy while he was doing that. Why make him more miserable by saying no, you can't? You can only have cucumber and cheese and spinach sandwiches, and he doesn't want it. I just,
Yeah.
there comes a point. So I said, right, well, we'll just kind of blend it in. You have that, and you have blueberries, and you have this, and you have, you know, sort of like, we try and get, you know, fish in, and, you know, as well. So it's like a balance, you know. So, but I just, but because she said, she was saying that he's often saying he's not hungry. He doesn't want his like evening meal, but then he'll sit and snack, and now that's not so good. So we had a little bit of discussion. You need to be at that and that, you know. But I'm not going to say no, you can't have that, because it's like, you know, well, we know what Gary would say if I was saying, Gary, you can't have your Coke.
I'll just swap it for beer.
Yeah. So it's so, well, apparently zero beer, you know, zero alcohol beer is just as nice as normal beer.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
No. Or maybe it's an acquired taste.
Yeah, there are some reasonable ones, but I can't see the point of it
Well,
personally.
apparently the Guinness one is nice. That's what I was
Yeah,
with
so they tell me. But,
Bob Burns at the weekend, and he was there drinking this. He goes, I'm drinking Guinness. And we were all like thinking he's on a workshop.
Yeah.
He's taking the workshop, but there it was. It was alcohol free.
Yeah, I can't see the point of it.
So there's lots of other things that people can get to help with their cognition. So I have mushroom coffee, and that is very good. You know, I'm sure we've all heard about mushrooms and the health benefits, not just the psychedelic benefits. Actually, I've never done psychedelic mushrooms. I'm missing out a lot on some things, you know.
I must admit, I've not heard of mushroom tea. I mean, mushroom
Coffee,
yeah.
mushroom coffee.
Mushroom coffee.
No, I've not heard of it.
Somehow I was accidentally sent 3 little boxes of the mushroom coffee. And I don't do coffee really either very much. So I gave them to a friend. He knew all about them. Says,
Yeah,
take that.
I like it. So I'm going to put a picture of that as well in the Facebook group. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll always so I've got a Sudoku picture, you know, it's just so that we can know,
so coffee's okay in relationship to caffeine. That's an okay thing.
Yeah. I mean, I prefer to have just ordinary, normal, just mushroom, and they call it coffee, but it's not, it's just mushrooms.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
This stuff I accidentally got is actually coffee. So I've got to drink it before, you know, too. because I'm one of those that can't have coffee after a certain time, because otherwise I'm like Tigger. So I bounce about enough anyway. So it's yeah. So but this has got, it's got lion's mane and all those things, and it actually says cognitive. It's good for your cognition.
Okay.
There are so many different.
So mushroom coffee isn't actually coffee?
I don't think so.
Oh,
So it's basically
okay.
mushroom
This
soup.
one is. This one
It's
is.
basically mushroom soup, then, is what you're telling us.
No, but it tastes like. But it is like a. It does taste like. I think it's an acquired taste.
Right.
It's an acquired taste. I will be bringing some to Ireland, and I'll be having some in because I take my own little pot with me wherever I go. So, so if you're in Las Vegas, Carrie Ann, you can try some there.
Yeah.
You go Hypnothoughts. Okay. So, one other thing I want to show you. All right. Now, you may think I'm absolutely bonkers. You probably do anyway, but that's okay. All right. I take my Nancy with me. All right. And this is Nancy. Hello. Hello, everybody. And right, stop it. Okay, right, she's going to pay attention. Do I do that with my yeah, because it's like, it's just a bit of fun. And they actually sit. I've got these pictures on there. They've actually got a sat on their lap, and they're playing with her as well. It's another thing, okay. And have I learned to talk with her very well? No, I'm really rubbish. But that's actually almost funny in itself. So there was another colleague of ours, and he's got Norbert, and I was with him. Oh my gosh, I can't remember his name. Mark, do you know? Can you remember his name? He's got Norbert, Mike. Anyway, oh my gosh, can't believe I've forgotten his name. I feel really bad. He helped me choose Nancy, okay, for my clients living with dementia. We were actually going to do a YouTube together about knowledgeable Nancy and his Norbert, but it got a bit silly. So
where did you get her?
So she's on Puppets. And I got her on online, and you create them, and they come in all different colors and all sorts of things. But I was, you have to practice, and I'm just like, but I take her along, I put her on my hand, and for like 5 minutes we get a good giggle, and she says some bizarre, crazy things. And so it's like, and they just, again, because it's a dissociation, it's like people just enjoy it. You don't have to get one at all, but I just
was curious,
I know she's in a little
very fun.
She's got her little red shoes on. And it's another way to communicate, of course. Don't be shy. Are you being shy? Oh, you don't like Gary drinking Coke? No. That's what she thinks to you about drinking Coke. So, and as I say, so there's just certain little things that you can do, because no matter what, you're all looking at her, aren't you? You're not really looking at Nancy, you're looking at Nancy. So it doesn't matter that I can't, that I'm actually.
It's interesting how it works with puppets like that. We did an experiment on that, and I'm not sure. Yeah, you must have been there. Yeah. But one of the things I went out with, it was at HTL again. It was a few years ago. I think it must have been just before COVID. He invited me out for a dinner, and there was a big group dinner. And I don't know whether you remember years ago. I think it might be in the 80s or 90s. A film with marionettes, Team America World Police. It was a really over the top sick thing with marionettes in.
I remember something like that, and it was really freaky. Did they not all kill people and stuff?
There was, yeah, and one threw up, and there was a sex scene, and there was all sorts of stuff in there. Well, the chief puppeteer actually lives in Vegas, and his workshop's in Vegas. And I ended up sitting next to him at this dinner, and he invited us round to his workshop. So we spent a day playing with all his puppets, and he now does stuff commissions for famous people, and he's got sort of like Michael Jackson puppet, and he's got a Dolly Parton puppet, and we went there, and he's got some X-rated puppets that he does for adult shows and things, which I can tell you about next time I see you. It's not the thing necessarily for public thing. But we got all this out, and you know, there was Carl there and a few of us, and we had a whole day doing really stupid things with all these puppets.
Yeah.
But he had the proper marionettes that danced and cried and skated, and really clever stuff. But he had also some hand puppets and things like that, and we were sort of messing around, and and it's surprising people will look at the puppet, not at the person, because we did an experiment. We were talking about it, and we actually went out and we had a puppet called Pothead that sat on your hand, and it was like a big glove puppet, sort of like that. And you went and sort of did it and sort of, you know, went up to a woman and sort of, you know, tapped the backside or something like that, and then come up, you know, they get very stroppy with the puppet, you know, not you. They're going to go,
Yeah.
don't do that, that's naughty, and you're thinking, well, it's my hand, you know, it's whereas, but they're addressing the puppet, not me with my hand, you know. It's very
And
strange.
it is, and then and it's funny because when you start doing it, you start your personality, another personality comes through of you. It's like another part
Yeah.
comes through on the hand of the puppet. And then so it can either be sort of like cheeky or rude, or, you know, just like almost your alter ego, if you like. And so it's and yeah, it's just another dissociation. It's another, and it's just helpful. It's just another thing. And I mean, she was about to I don't know why, but she's really expensive. She's about $230, you know. But it was just like, I don't know. I expect at some point I will travel down the road of using her more effectively at some point. But what I'm doing is I'm just showing I have her. And when I take
That would be a great class, wouldn't it? Would you
yeah,
love to have a class like that at one of the shows? And how to use a puppet with hypnosis or whatever, whether it's with kids or, like you say, with dementia.
yeah. So
I mean, I think that would be really interesting.
Dissociate. Yeah, I could
Yeah.
bring a load of things and just make it, because I've got other puppets that I use with children. Of course, then my bunny talk is a dissociation.
Yeah.
And you know, I've got this little that's my little bunny. I'm actually going to take it on journeys with me now, so we're going to have to name the bunny. It hasn't got a name yet, so this is going to be the bunny. But I've actually got one to give to Dan's mum, and I've got another one to give to Dan, because his mum is down the journey of her dementia. Okay, so and we don't know how, you know, you never know, and I'm going to say to him, start talking with the rabbits, because you get right safe. I've got Yoda. Hello.
Oh, I like
Yoda today? Yeah. How is your day? No matter what, whatever age we are, whatever age, whether we are children, you know, it's like we will start to play. It's like, you know, unless you're a real stick in the mud, all right, you know, and we're not, all right. So it's like you to go. He would go, how has your day been? Well, it's been, and then you're more likely to get the truth from the puppet. Well, it's been a good day, or it's been a bad day. And then actually people will often do the hand gestures or the, you know, it's been a horrible day. But if he asked his mum, how's your day been? She might not say much, but for the bunny, how's your day been? Then he might get an answer. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And we won't know really until he's actually doing it. So that's why I've got him a bunny as well, and her a bunny, and to see what they can do to just see it, because I know he knows what to do. So it's like, and it will be interesting. This dissociation of how we're feeling, because so often it's like, you know, oh, how are you, Carrie Ann? How are you? Well, I'm fine. Now, if I asked you really, Carrie Ann, you know, how did it go with the doctors? A deeper question. What did he say about your
Yeah.
you know, that they were getting
Oh, my
somewhere.
dizziness.
Being more specific.
Where'd it go?
So often people pass you and hello, how are you? Why do people say how are you? Because you don't want to hear how they really are. So why do we always ask how are you? You haven't got time for that. So I often feel like going, well, and really stopping and making something up, you know. But it's so
And
true.
some people will never stop telling you how they
I know.
are. I don't want that either.
And it's, you know, it's true, you know, but that is, it's just what we do. So I think we really do need to give that person time and space to really tell us actually how they are, and sit down, which means you will then go, that's why I go to their house, I'm there.
Yeah.
And now I'm here in their lounge and they can tell me how they are. Yeah, because you're in their space. When it's and I think it's just so much more appropriate to do it that way. Okay, let us, you both got one. Who would like, and this, we can repeat this again next week, this and we'll probably repeat it again at some other point down the road of doing this. You've got your other ones about how to do it. Gary, I'm going to let you do it on either me or Carrie Ann.
Instructions then. I think I remember.
Yeah. And then Carrie Ann, you can either watch or I'll watch, or it's all good. And I know it's hard because we're doing it online, so like with the drawing of the clock, but I'm going to let Gary go first. Carrie Ann.
Okay.
He's going to do it on somebody first. I did it a bit on both of you last time. And then afterwards, Carrie Ann will get you to have a go. And then hopefully by then you'll get the slums one.
Got more instructions, but I can pretty much guess what there is to do anyway. So, it's just remembering the scoring, but it does actually says that it's got them there anyway.
Yeah, it's got the scoring there.
Okay. So, are you going to do it with me then?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So I'll have to turn that over.
There you go.
I know, but I don't like this because I don't like the math ones.
Right. Okay. So first one we're going to do is making a little trail. You're going to see on your little thing in front of you, you see an arrow going from the 1 to the A, and then from the A to the 2. So what I'd like you to do is to complete that. So you go from the next number to the next letter in the sequence, and then the next letter to the next number, and just draw a line between each of them until you get to the end.
Okay, so if I was doing this for somebody on the Zoom, I'd probably draw it out like this. Okay, but I'll do it. So I've got the 1 there, and I've got the A there. I've got the B there. I've got the 2 there. The 3 down here. I've got the 4 over here. And I've got the D. I've got the C. And I've got the 5. Okay, so I need to go 1 to A, 2 B, 3 C, 4 D, 5. Oh, was there an E there? Oh, I've got
Yeah.
there you go. Okay.
Yeah, excellent. No cross lines. That's good.
Okay.
And no squiggly bits and no cross lines. So that's good.
Okay.
Okay. So the next one we got is you on your little worksheet. You've got a picture of a cube, and I'd like you to just copy your cube and make your own cube. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, it's a different way round to the cube that I've got, but we'll back to front cube.
Does that? I don't think that matters.
Okay. So the next one we have on your well, you have a blank bit, or you might have on the somewhere else.
Yeah.
You might have a circle. So I would like you to draw me a clock, the face of a clock, and put the numbers in your clock. And then I'd like you to set the time for me, and I'd like you to set the time at 11:10 for me.
Okay. Okay, in the middle. 10 past 10.
And at 10 past
Past
11.
11.
Yep, excellent. Well done.
Aren't I clever?
Okay, so further down we have some pictures, three pictures of animals. And going from the left to the right, I'd like you to just name the animal. So what's the first one on the left?
Lion,
Yeah,
rhinoceros, and camel.
excellent. That's good. So now we're in a little memory test. So I'd like you to just repeat these words over. I'm gonna give you 5 words, and I'd like you to just repeat them to me afterwards in the same order. So face, velvet, church, daisy, and red.
Face, velvet, church, daisy, red.
Good. And we'll practice that again just to make sure we've got that. So again, you can just repeat them after I've done. So face, velvet, church, daisy, red.
Face, velvet, church, daisy, red.
Okay, that's excellent. And we'll come back to those in a little while. And now what I'd like to do is we're going to do some numbers. And I'm going to read you a list of numbers, and then I'd like you to just repeat them back to me.
Okay.
Same as we just done with the words. So 2, 1, 8, 5, 4.
21854.
Excellent. And now I'm going to read you some other numbers, but I want you to repeat them back to me backwards. So in the reverse order that I give them to you. 7, 4, 2.
247.
Excellent. Okay. So this one, I'm gonna read some letters to you, and I'd like you to tap your hand on something every time I say the letter A. So no other letters, just to clap or tap your hand every time I mention the letter A.
Okay.
So you ready? F, B, A, C, M, N, A, J, K, L, B, A, F, A, K, D, E, A, J, A, M, O, F, A, B. Finished.
Did I miss one out?
Well, I didn't hear an awful lot of tapping. So,
I'm tapping this.
huh? I couldn't hear much here. There was about four. There was about four that I
not
didn't.
hear that
There was
over
about
it.
4 I didn't hear any tapping on.
Oh, maybe you didn't. I could hear it. Can you not hear that very well?
I could hear that, but yeah.
Oh, that's what I was tapping.
Right.
Maybe I should have done this.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Now we've got the maths one. There. I'd like you to start at number 100 and I would like you to subtract 7 from 100 and tell me what you get.
93.
And I'd like you to subtract 7 from that.
Okay. No, it goes to 86.
Yeah, and 7 from that.
79.
7 from that.
71.
And 7 from that.
64.
Okay.
Is it?
You got the last two
No,
wrong.
65. Got the last two wrong. It's 72. Oh, but hang on. I would have got 64 right because I got if I'd thought 71.
Right, that
would,
would,
yeah.
that would be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So told
Oh.
you. And I wasn't cheating because I got it all in front of me. So I'm not cheating.
Okay. Again, we're just going to repeat some. I'll give you a couple of phrases, and I'd like you to repeat them back to me.
Okay.
So the first one is, I only know that John is the one to help today.
I only know that John is the one to help today.
And next one, the cat always hid under the couch when dogs were in the room.
The cat always hid under the couch when the dogs were in the room.
Excellent. Okay. And now we're going to give you 1 minute, and you're not allowed to give proper nouns and so on. And we want you to give me as many words as you can beginning with a letter. And let's go the letter D.
D. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Daisy.
Yeah.
Diligent.
Yeah.
Donkey. Donut. Doorknob. Doornail. Door. Dumb. Dipsy. Let me see. Doorstop. Using a lot of doors. Let me see. Dry. Sorry, I just get the giggles. Dryer. Let me see. Oh my gosh, it's really hard to think sometimes.
Mm.
And
your time's up.
No, how many didn't I get?
You had to get a minimum of 11 or more than 11, and you got 12.
There we go. That was good. Read that one. Some of this is
Yeah. Okay.
But this is why it's important that we know what it's like, and that actually you can get, you can.
Yeah.
It's hard to think sometimes.
Yeah. So you may remember a few minutes ago that I gave you 5 words
Oh.
that you memorized, and
Okay,
now I'd like you to give me back to them.
Okay. Red, velvet, church, daisy. Is there another one?
Yeah.
Red, velvet, church, daisy, red. Face.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah. They weren't in that order, but they were.
Here you go. You still got them.
Where are we? Delayed recall. That is, oh, that's that one.
Oh, that's it. You know what? I just discovered I do have the slums thing under here.
Yeah, you did print. It might have just carried on printing without you realizing it, because it should
Yeah,
have.
I think it did. I think
Yeah.
it did. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Okay. And this one, I'm going to give you some words, and I want you to tell me what they have in common. So what does a banana and an orange have in common?
They are both fruit.
Okay. Tell me another way that they're alike.
Oh, you have to peel them.
Good. Okay. Right. Tell me the connection or what they have in common. Train and bicycle.
They are both locomotives. You will move from one place to another on them.
Okay. What else do they have in common? Or another way they're alike.
They have wheels.
Good. Excellent. And again, a connection or commonality between watch and ruler.
They have numbers on them.
Okay. How else are they alike?
You can they measure things.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. So tell me the date today.
It is the 20th of January. Monday.
Yeah. What year?
2025.
Okay. What place are you in at the moment?
I'm in Apex, North Carolina.
Okay, that's good. Excellent. Oh, that's it. We finished. Hooray.
Way.
I didn't keep score, but I knew.
No, but I pretty much
Missing part of this.
did it, apart from one of the subtractions.
Yeah.
So yeah, 4 or 5 correct. Oh no, four. I still get 3 points. There you go. Okay, so yeah, what was that like? I mean, you did it great. What was that like giving it, Gary?
Yeah, it was absolutely fun. Obviously, I was reading it. I hadn't memorized it, but
Oh, you do, because you have to
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Now, where's the second sheet to that? What does that look like? Because I've got this one, but I'm having a hard time finding the other one.
There is only that one. Yeah, we were. I did give you all the downloads. These
The Sims. Is that from the Sims?
Oh, the slums one. Hang on, is this one?
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
That's that, and the other side is just the clock face.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not that exciting.
The similar words were the things that I was looking for that I'm not seeing here. I guess maybe that is
What have you got? Show me.
Well, I've got this. I've got the delayed recall. And then there were words that you associated two different words. Oh, I see. That's a very small little line.
Oh yeah.
With my contacts, I can't see it at all.
No,
so
I agree. I agree. It is really hard to see this one. It would almost, I mean, we're all wearing glasses,
right,
or having our arms out like this, trying to read it. I agree. It's easy to miss it on here.
Yeah, well, I did it in the wrong order. The fluency, the number of words beginning with the D, I got that in the wrong order because that was so tiny.
okay.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. And I don't, you know what? Again, so I mean, next time, Carrie Ann, we'll do. So I'll make sure that you've both got the slums. We'll do that next week.
Okay.
We need
you want to do the slums next week?
I've printed it out now, so I got the slums as well.
Yeah, we'll do that next week. Because
I thought the word cheating. There's one on there that says name as many animals as you can in 1 minute, and you've got to get 0 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 to 14, or 15 plus. Well, I'd say 30 elephants.
Is that what you would say? 30 elephants? Because it doesn't say. Well, it says as many animals. Yeah, it doesn't actually say.
Technically,
it doesn't say different animals. So yeah, and they might like to be a little bit more, sort of, sort of like what do you actually mean? More specific
language, yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
So I was going to say something then, and I've forgotten what I was going to say. This is really bad, isn't it? I mean, every single time I come on here, I want to say something and I forget what I'm going to say. I was going to, yeah, no, I wanted to know, what was that like for you to watch that, Carrie Ann? As
It
the
was, I'm learning. It helps me learn two ways of, presenting it, and then, watching you, and I'm
mess up
going
doing
along with it.
it.
So it's
Yeah,
good.
I
It's
think,
just a continual reminder kind of thing, which is, like you say, is a good thing.
yeah, I think so. And also it's, remember, because where you were in that position, that's what the care partner would be witnessing.
Yes. And really, I I didn't realize, I mean, on Gary's part, that he was necessarily reading it. You know what I mean? So
Oh, okay. Yeah,
that is an interesting thing too. So are you saying we want to get to the point of where we are just doing this with the client,
but
or
for
do
reading
you
it,
take this with you?
yes, you take this with you, and you have spare paper so that they can draw that, and they can hold on to that and do that, and you can have a spare
Right.
paper for the, or you could draw it out on a piece of
Draw it out.
paper.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. And then you make copies of that and you just have it.
Yeah, and then same, and then here's a piece of paper, draw a cube, and then
Yeah,
you've got, because that's too small for a clock face.
yeah,
It's too
yeah.
small. And then I would
It
Yeah,
is.
attach the
and
thing.
it's not square, so it'll be harder for them to make up a circle, because you'd expect a square to be able to do a circle in that. That makes them going to be egg shaped, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's more rectangular.
So it's you know, and then yeah, so it's just about being comfortable with it,
Yeah,
so that so that you're not looking at this other bit here all
yeah,
the time.
yes,
But do you know what? If you suddenly get called and don't feel comfortable with it, they don't know.
yeah,
They don't know. All you have to do is
yeah,
say, I have to follow it protocol. I have to follow this particular protocol.
yeah,
And then you have it with you.
yeah.
Yeah. And the more you do it, and then you'll get comfortable with it. So
Sure.
this is, I remember what I wanted to say to you now. I was on a call, as I've already said, with Bob Burns, and he said something very interesting. Lots of interesting things, but this is one. He was at a workshop, and now and he was telling the story about Goldilocks and the three bears. And Goldilocks went into the house because she went up there and she sat on the this big chair, which was Daddy Bear's chair, and it was far too hard. And then she sat on this middle chair. Oh, it was far too soft. And then she sat on Baby Bear's chair, and it was just perfect. And then on the table there was some cornflakes, and she started eating the cornflakes. Now, at this point, we all know that it's not cornflakes. It's what?
Porridge.
Porridge. We all know
Yeah.
it's meant to be porridge.
Right.
If somebody had never heard the story before, they wouldn't know. They would just carry on thinking, oh, hard cornflakes, soft cornflakes, just right cornflakes.
Yeah.
So same with our clients. They don't know.
Yeah.
All the time. We are still the experts. They won't know if you make a slight little, blip here and there, or you've forgotten to do something. You just go, oh, now we're going to do this. You just get back into it.
Yeah.
And I quite like that little story, because it
Yeah.
really does make sense to us all, doesn't it? Because we all know it's not cornflakes, it's porridge. We know that. But somebody who's never heard the story before.
Yeah, as long as you look confident and sound confident, you get it's going to be there.
Yeah.
We used to have an old thing, as you know, I used to be in the IT industry, sort of IT consultant, and one of the things that one of the jokes that we used to have then, because developing software and stuff and systems was so fast, that one of the jokes that we had was the secret of being an IT consultant was you were one chapter in the manual in front of the customer.
There you go. There you go. So and I can believe it, absolutely believe that. You're just one chapter ahead, and nobody would know. It just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So so next week we'll go over that. We'll keep practicing that next week as well. The following week I'm away in coming back from Las Vegas, and I've got a video ready for you guys to watch. It's where I did a video call with somebody who does similar work to us. She was trained with Teeper Snow, and we're doing a business builder. So it's how and in it I'm explaining what we do, which I thought would be really beneficial for you to, because if people are going to say, what are you doing as a Lighthouse Brain Health Associate? What do you do? You will then copy similar things of what I've said. So I just thought that was really be useful for you to see how I'm explaining what we do and hypnosis and all those things. Because sometimes it's like, well, what do I say? And well, you have it. Okay. So I thought that would be quite a useful video to watch while I'm not able to do it. So and she didn't mind me videoing our session together, and I sent her it as well. So, and that's how we build connections. It's through business builders, through collaborating with other professionals and doing networking. So I see a lot of like chiropractors, acupuncturists. They all also know people who are living with maybe a neurocognitive disorder, and then they can recommend you. Okay.
Yeah, I've got a lot.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay.
I know.
Yeah. So that's all perfect. So good. Okay. So I am going to any questions on any of that before we finish for today?
I want to mention something to you. It was interesting. I was at a presentation the other day, and it was about stem cell and a particular kind of stem cell, a new kind of stem cell regeneration stuff. Anyway, they were saying, and I thought this was really fascinating, that one of the women had, of the people that participated had I don't know if it's her husband or her father, who had Alzheimer's, and it was very bad. He was getting violent. He was, all kinds of really bad stuff. So they put him in a home, and they heard about this stem cell stuff, and they decided to do it. And they're just injecting the stem cell into the body, because the body will just take it where it needs to go. And so they got a call about 1 o'clock that morning, and they took him back. And about 1 o'clock in the morning, they called the home, said, I'm really sorry to have to say this, but we can't find your father or husband, or we can't find him. And they said, well, oh my gosh. And so they said, we're going to still looking. We've got a crew looking. We just wanted to let you know. And ended up, they found him in the parking lot. And he was saying, I don't know where. And by the way, he had stopped talking too. So he wasn't communicating prior when they took him
suddenly
in.
he's talking.
And they found him in the parking lot, and he's going, I can't find my car. I've got to find my car. I've got to get home. My wife, which he had already forgotten her name, my wife or daughter or whatever is expecting me to be home. They're going to be worrying about where I'm at.
Yeah. So it's interesting, isn't it? Stem cells, they're doing stuff all the time. It's some X39 stuff as well. There's put anything that in the Facebook group. That kind of thing is like
the X39 you were talking about.
Yeah, X39.
Yeah, I have that
stuff. Yeah, I use X39.
Yeah.
So all right, everybody, see you next week. Take care. Bye. Have a good one. Thanks for that, Carrie Ann. Bye. 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 Bye.